Hey guys, my name is Azermage, and today I'm going to show you how to firebend in Minecraft. Okay, so first off, you're going to need a couple of things. One, you're going to need a server with the bending plugin installed, and two, you're going to need to have permission to bend on the server and a good connection to it. Like, this basically means around 600 or less MS, which most people should have. And so once you're on the server, the first thing you want to type is /bending choose fire. This will make you a firebender, and then you're ready to get started. Okay, so the first ability we're going to be going over is Blaze. Type /bending bind blaze with your slot of choice highlighted. It's a fairly basic move which does no initial damage but ignites your target. It's a useful tool in situations when you're against like more than one enemy. Click with your blaze slot highlighted and fire will shoot in a conical area depending on the direction you're facing. Shift with blaze and a ring of fire will erupt from under you. However, if you do choose to shift, be careful as it's easy to ignite yourself in the heat of battle. This next move is called HeatControl. It's a utility ability that's mandatory for all firebenders. Type /bending bind HeatControl with your slot of choice selected. With the slot selected, you cannot combust and become immune to ignition, allowing you to tread through patches of fire. If you click with this ability while targeting ice, you'll melt all the ice in a small radius around you, turning it into water. Also, if you click with HeatControl, you'll smother or cool any nearby fire or lava into obsidian, allowing you to cross the area safely along with your teammate. Alright, this ability is more fun. Type /bending bind FireBlast on whichever slot you want. FireBlast should be your main source of damage against an enemy. It can bust your target, or creates a small patch of fire if you hit the ground, and does a moderate amount of damage upon impact. There are two ways to use FireBlast, the first being a simple click which I've just shown. Fire will then shoot where you're aiming. However, if you charge FireBlast to the point where fire surrounds your head by shifting, then upon release, your FireBlast will be much stronger and will explode on impact with any blocker entity. We are now going to be going over WallofFire. This is one of my favorite abilities because if used right, it can become your opponent's biggest worry. Type /bending bind WallofFire on whichever slot you prefer. WallofFire is basically, well, a wall of fire. It blocks all projectiles and ignites any entity that crosses through it. It also ticks for moderate damage every second if your opponent stands in it, which can make it a very useful defensive and offensive ability. It does sadly have a cooldown of a couple of seconds, so be careful if you rely on this ability too much. This next ability is very useful. You shoot fire backwards to propel yourself forward in whichever direction you're facing. Type /bending bind FireJet on whatever slot and just click once wherever you need to use it. It leaves a small area of fire wherever you launch from and can be used to escape your opponents or dodge their attacks very quickly. The reason I said only click once is because if you click twice, you'll just activate FireJet and deactivate it immediately, and then you're left standing in your own square of fire. The next ability is a utility ability called Illumination. You know how to bind things by now, right? I'll just leave that to you. It basically does what the name implies. It's a toggle ability, meaning that you only have to click once to toggle it on or off. It creates a torch beneath you that follows you around and lights up the nearby area around you. Pretty simple, but useful at the same time. This next one's a recent addition to Fire. It's similar to WallofFire, but doesn't tick for damage. FireShield protects you from most projectiles and ignites anybody that stands in it. Or should protect you. It was pretty buggy when we were filming this. There are two forms. If you click, it creates a small area of fire in front of you that blocks attacks. If you hold shift, however, it creates a moving sphere of fire that protects you and follows you around. This one's new too. FireBurst is an extremely potent attack that's hard to control. There are two forms and both require charge time. The first form shoots a wave of fire that does a good amount of initial damage and ignites your target. It's activated by holding shift and then clicking after waiting long enough. The second form does the same thing but in a massive area and is more hard to control. To activate it, hold shift for long enough then release it. Take care when using this ability as it may cause more harm than good. The last ability I'm going to be showing you today is Lightning. I left this for last because some bending servers restrict it to elite players, meaning you won't always have access to it. To use Lightning, charge it up by shifting until you see smoke, then release it while targeting an enemy. Lightning does not ignite your target, but does up to like 7 hearts of initial damage upon impact. It's freaking crazy. And that's all for firebending, guys. Hopefully you now know all of Fire's moves to become better than your opponents. Now, I will be doing other tutorials for different elements, so subscribe to see them sometime in the future. Leave any suggestions below and enjoy this fight ahead against Matthew for the rest of the video. Thanks for watching, guys.